is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adahi Tano program. Cars Plus. Visit us today during Ram Truck Month. IP&E Fueling Excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuni and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, the details on Typhoon Wutip as it heads closer in our direction. Plus, preparations are underway across the island too as residents prepare for the worst. And the tourist district does its part to notify visitors about the storm. After and good evening, Guahu Sinik Delgado. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Words of advice from Guam Homeland Security as the Office of Civil Defense monitors Typhoon Wutip and approaches the area. As of 4 p.m. Friday, Guam has declared us in condition of readiness 2. Nessa the Content reports.
Homeland Security and Civil Defense spokesperson Jenna Bloss says damaging winds of 35 miles an hour are expected by Saturday morning and could linger for a while.
So at 4 p.m. we're in condition of readiness 2, as was previously mentioned. Right now we can expect some of the winds to start increase through this evening, and we can expect some of those damaging winds of 35 miles per hour or more to start picking up as early as 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we really want to remind the community that although 35 to 45 miles per hour doesn't sound like a lot to some, we're definitely going to be able to withstand some of those heavier winds. But the gusts might be up to 60 miles per hour. And what's really important about this storm is we're going to be expecting those damaging winds for quite some time, a lot longer than we're used to.
The Core 2 declaration also triggered the opening of 5 shelters: Machananao and Astumbo Elementary Schools in Dededo, GW High School for Central residents, and Truman Elementary and Inarahan Middle School down south.
The mayor's offices are providing shelters through the Department of Public Works, so if you do need transportation to your shelter, you can check in with your local mayor's office, your respective mayors, and see if you can coordinate that transportation before damaging winds arrive.
She says all the usual precautions should be observed. Pregnant women of 36 weeks or more should report to the hospital. Stock up on non-perishables and bottled water. Fill your vehicle and generator with gas, and practice common sense safety.
And if you do have any issues, you can always contact the Joint Information Center at 478-0208, 09, or 10. We'll be here through the duration of the storm.
And in this age of social media where so much more information is readily available,
definitely check in with reputable sources of information. Check our partners, National Weather Service, as well as Joint Region Marianas.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
While southern villages are prepping for the brunt of the storm, you might have spotted GPA crews cutting down trees too close to power lines. And down in Mauricio, an excavator and backhoe are in place to tackle expected flooding. Carmen Talahi reports.
Storm prep down south involved some heavy equipment. On Friday, this GPA crew was spotted in Jonia, cutting overgrown trees too close to the power poles. Edward Leon Guerrero, a GPA overhead line electrician superintendent, says it's a hazard.
As you can see, the guys are trimming. They got their vests on, they got their gloves, they got their hard hats, they also got their glasses. So yes, safety is very important. If we don't, eventually if this storm does come our way and it gets closer to what we expected, eventually it's gonna fall and break and fall on the line. And then we got the lines that are out. It's going to take longer to come and respond to it, so I think preparation is very important.
Preparation for the storm takes many forms. In Guam's most southern village, Mauricio Mayor Ernest Chargaloff confirms that DPW has placed an excavator and a backhoe near the bridge.
We remove the debris and let the culverts do its work that it's intended to do, then we can mitigate and minimize the adverse effect of the flood.
When it rains in Mauricio, it floods. Previous storms this year have brought heavy rains above road level that brings water into nearby homes. That's why the mayor wants all hands on deck.
I'm asking that these people get paid hazardous, that when they're working hazardous conditions, that they be compensated for putting themselves on the line. And please respond, because we want to pre-position, we already pre-positioned the equipment, but we need the closest operator to respond and go over and use the equipment to avoid the flood.
His advice to southern residents: prepare.
Making sure that everything is safe in your house and yourselves. It's better to over-prepare than not to prepare at all.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Trelahi.
Island residents using today to prepare for the storm, stocking up on necessities and looking well above for help to weather the storm. Chris Barnett has more.
You know the drill. Preparation is key. Some residents taking a wait-and-see approach, while others out and about today taking advantage of a workday that means fewer crowds at stores. This man buying plywood.
Today is mostly taking down the canopies, and if the storm looks like it's coming towards us, then I'll start putting up shutters.
Payless and Dedido picking up steam as residents stocked up on storm favorites like biscuitsu, canned foods, and bottled water.
I buy some food for my son and my daughter because we didn't know what's gonna happen. So it's better we're prepared.
Winds picking up today did not worry this woman who's preparing for Typhoon Wu-Tip by using the power of prayer.
Depend on Mama Kamalin. You always pray so that the typhoon will...
So how many prayers did you say today for Guam?
Plenty of prayers. Plenty of prayers for Mama Kamalin, to Jesus, and for everybody.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Some residents we spoke with say they'll wait until tomorrow to see how bad conditions are before they start preparing, but Guam officials advise residents to prep as early as possible. The Attorney General's office, meantime, also urging everyone to watch out for price gouging. They say prices for things like non-perishable food, water, gas, batteries, propane, and lumber remain frozen for 3 days until after we return to Core 4. Violations can be reported to the AG's office. The number to call, 475-3324. The tourist district is also doing whatever possible to protect the visitors in town. Bella Borja has this next story.
Beachgoers spent pre-typhoon down in Tumon Bay and in the water.
But it's getting stronger now, so that's why I came back in.
Rachel Santiago works at a local company that rents out beach gear.
We just have to be here for the customers so they can enjoy the beach.
She was a bit worried whenever she heard that another storm was headed our way.
A little, because the last one, it hit like a little hard, but I think like Guam's weather is like bipolar, where like, it's just like sunny, then rainy, and then they say we're gonna have a storm.
GVB and GHRA are doing their part to keep our visitors safe. Hotels are putting up signs like these to make sure their guests are in the know.
We'll create digital signage throughout the hotel. We'll try to set up a TV in front of the guest check-in at the front desk. We'll create guest letters, and we just try to get the information out to them as best as possible.
Dusatani Guam Resort resident manager Thomas Zaleski says storm procedures are in place.
A lot of our guests come to the island, they arrive in the island, they don't know what's going on. They don't know that a storm is coming in many cases.
So plans are set to ensure the guests are kept busy.
A lot of times the guests are coming with plans to play golf or to be in the beach or be at the pool, and those plans suddenly get changed. We try to keep them occupied, keep their minds off the storm. We'll try to create some kids activities for the kids that are in-house. Our restaurants will be open extended hours, and we'll do whatever they can to keep them comfortable inside the hotel.
And to keep them entertained until we are clear from the storm. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Bella Borja.
Thanks, Bella. Public Health announces that the Northern and Southern Region Community Health Centers will remain open during Core 2. Patients who need oxygen therapy due to loss of power may bring their own oxygen machines. Patients should also bring water, food, and medications, and only one person can accompany you to the center. Additionally, a physician will be available to treat patients who need non-emergency care and urgent care services. If you are experiencing a life-threatening condition, of course, you are urged to call 911 or proceed to the nearest hospital. Well, stick around for the very latest here of storm coverage. Keep it locked to KUAM social media platforms. We'll have a list of all the closures there for you. Carmen will also have the very latest on the typhoon as it passes through our area on Weekend Edition. More news on Guam's News Leader after this.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder, and to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy, to the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
You can make each connection count with IT&E Prepaid. Talk, text, and share with the best price daily plans and rates. Stay in touch with loved ones, whether they're in Tumon, Garapan, San Jose, or even San Paulo, on the widest network in the Marianas. And reach out to friends and followers all over the world with the fastest, most reliable 4G LTE data. IT&E, explore your world.
Welcome back. A pair accused of nearly $500,000 in food stamp fraud pleaded guilty in the District Court of Guam. Sanjio Seguinez, who owned and operated SNI Martin Barragata, as well as Innocencia Israel, pleaded guilty to unauthorized use of food stamp benefits. The pair face up to 20 years in prison. As reported, from March 2011 to September 2013, the duo knowingly and willfully devised, participated in, and executed a scheme to defraud and to obtain money from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Food and Nutrition Service in connection with the food stamp benefits. Sentencing is set for June 5th. Acting Governor Josh Tenorio is defending Port General Manager Roy Respicio against criticism about reaching out to YTK on possible mediation. Tenorio says the administration also supports waiting for the court's decision on the $17 million arbitration award to the company, which is now on appeal by the port.
I think that Rory was taking a look at the situation, coming up with all the possible alternatives to try and save money for the government. But the governor directed him to go and seek the guidance of his port board. The port board is set on a course that we support. And the position of our administration is to wait for the outcome of court decisions to see what we need to do to satisfy the liability that was incurred by the previous leaders of the port. But I think, having an open mind, seeing what's possible is always important, but more important is to get the direction from that port board and make sure that we act in the best interest of the people of Guam.
So do you think it was acceptable for him to go outside of the board previously?
Well, I think he was probably taking a look at what was possible, and as I said, he went back down to the port board, and the port board had a directive to give, and I expect that he would be following their direction.
Outgoing board member Oscar Calvo, an appointee of the previous administration, has publicly called for Respicio's removal, but Respicio says his discussion with YTK about a possible settlement, it was informal, exploratory, and non-binding. He says he felt it was necessary to determine the landscape, but making it clear that everything is subject to board approval. YTK has long maintained it was a valid lease for Hotel Wharf, and it was the port that abruptly ended settlement discussions in 2011. YTK says it then sought to resolve the dispute through arbitration. The panel considered all arguments. In 2016, it upheld the lease and decided on an award that has now grown to $17 million. Governor spokeswoman Janela Carrero tells KUAM News the Magahaga will not honor at least 2 transitions reports recommendation. Carrero says the administration is probably to trash a trans report recommendation to build an incinerator on the island.
She's not really a supporter of waste to energy. She has some environmental concerns about that. So, it would take a considerable amount of convincing for her to really change her mind on that.
Another transition report suggestion: the governor should appoint a healthcare specialist to liaison healthcare issues with Guadalupe. Carrero says the governor plans to draw on her prior expertise in healthcare.
She doesn't want to appoint a healthcare specialist. She's a nurse. If there's any healthcare specialist here at Guadalupe, it would be her.
The governor is en route to the National Governors Association meetings in Washington, D.C. Her chief economic advisor, former Governor Carl Gutierrez, sat down for a full-length interview with our Chris Barnett. You can watch that on our social media networks of KUAM. Well, do you have a bill to settle with the island's only public hospital? You might want to get that paid off soon. The Office of the Attorney General has partnered with GMH to collect money owed to the hospital. GMH referred its first set of collection cases to the AG's office this week. AG Levin Camacho stating filing a collection case is done as a last resort, but the AG's also has the obligation to make sure that the government receives payment for services that it has provided. GMH is the third GovGuam agency to enter into this cooperative collection effort with the AG's office following Revenue Tax and DOA. If you have a debt to clear with GMH, call their Patient Affairs Office at 648-7952. Guam's Archbishop is asking Guam's Catholic faithful for prayers ahead of the worldwide summit on clergy sexual abuse with Pope Francis in Rome. Archbishop Michael Burns says during the February 21st to 24th gathering, the church will focus on examining procedures and practices to protect minors and the grave failures related to the reporting of sexual abuse by clergy. An estimated 190 church leaders will be in attendance. Though Archbishop Burns will not be present, he says he has informed officials of the unsettled case of his predecessor, former Archbishop Anthony Apparon, which still distresses both the faithful of Guam and especially those who have suffered at his hands. In his letter, he expresses the urgency for all members of the Catholic faith to protect against further instances of abuse and is hopeful that the summit will lead to genuine reform. The First Rules Committee took off at the 35th Guam Legislature on Thursday and set the agenda for the first full legislative session on Monday. So far, there will be 4 bills up for discussion. One that could draw lots of debate is Bill 30 by Senator Tina Mooney Barnes. It calls for single provider for the GovGuam employee health insurance contract, but it also requires the bidders to include coverage for both civilian hospitals. Take Care Insurance has lobbied against the bill, saying the inclusion of GRMC would raise costs that the government can't afford. GRMC has said its negotiated rates are competitive and that GovGuam workers and retirees deserve a choice of hospitals. Another bill would clarify the increase in real property tax for properties of $1 million or more. Lawmakers will also vote on the appointments of 7 department directors. Again, the first full session for the 35th legislature set for Monday, February 25th. Well, sports is next. Keep it here.
It's Micronesia Mall's 30th anniversary, and to celebrate, we are giving away a new Kia Soul LX, a Mazda 3i Sport, the popular Honda Civic LX, and 30 Manila Flyaways during our 30th anniversary Drive-Away Flyaway. Win 3 great cars from Triple J Auto Group, 30 Flyaways from Philippine Airlines, plus thousands of prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker when you play Micronesia Mall's 30th anniversary Drive-Away Flyaway.
The comfortable, the familiar. Neither one of these will ever give you a new perspective on things or make your heart skip a beat. Comfortable isn't something you'll tell your grandkids about. And familiar? Well, that'll be there when you get home. But until then, there's a world that needs exploring. Getting out of your comfort zone. It's possible in the family of Hyundai SUVs.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Let me ask you a question. Who's the playmaker of this new Big Mac with bacon?
It's the crispy bacon, of course. The flavor brings a whole new dimension to the game.
Bacon does not win championships. Special sauce wins championships, my friend.
You're wrong. And I'm a doctor, which means I'm always right.
Let me get a second opinion from my mouth.
McDonald's Classics with Bacon, only for limited time. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
We're here at Darren's Dedido for our Athlete of the Week. Today we have basketball player Marlon Simbulan, a.k.a. The Chef.
Congratulations, Mr. Marlin, for being Darren's own athlete of the week. Who would you like to present the check to?
As an animal lover, I'd like to donate it to Gain in the beautiful island of Guam.
Since your time back, you've been able to play in numerous tournaments alongside fellow alum at Simon Sanchez.
It's nice to be home, to be honest, and it's also nice to be playing basketball with familiar faces, with all these MVPs that I play with, to name a few, like Ron, Connor, Gerald De Rojas. But that's only a few. But everybody on the island is pretty talented, so I'm just blessed to be a part of one of them.
Flashing back to the days you played high school basketball, you were on the team that brought the first ever high school basketball championship title to Simon Sanchez.
Yeah, and it was a team effort, and it was one of those things that you cherish for your entire life. Being a part of that team was a nice thing because during semifinals we hit a buzzer beater, and then championship game we hit a buzzer beater, and the entire group in that championship team in 2001 was again one of those things that you'll cherish. I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
You're really looking forward to career day, talking to the young Sharks there at Simon Sanchez and hopefully inspiring them.
I hope I get to let them know what it takes to be successful. If you believe in your goals, that anything is possible. And my biggest advice is that hard work, sacrifice, dedication would accomplish that. But not only that, but whenever you hit that rock bottom, don't ever get discouraged, but keep pushing.
You made the transition from living in Vegas for several years back here on island, continuing your dream and your pursuit of that chef life.
I came back from Las Vegas. I transitioned here. I got recruited from the Baldiga Group. I'm currently working for the best company on the island, and I'm very blessed to work my entire kitchen. All of them are amazing. Everyone there is very hospitable, hardworking, very talented, to be honest. Currently, I'm working on revamping the beach bar menu right now, so I'm kind of excited about that. And if anybody has never been to Beach Bar, I encourage you to come check it out. I want you guys to come check out the sushi burger. You got to try it. It's amazing. Not only that, but I got new items that's coming out, like lobster rolls and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
All right. Congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Direct Zone Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by...
Good luck to the 50 chess players competing at the 2019 Guam Oceania Zonal Chess Championships. The tournament wraps up tomorrow with the winners being crowned. Winners will qualify and advance to play in the World Cup and World Chess Championship. Players from Australia, Fiji, Nauru, New Zealand, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Island, and Guam represent the Oceania region.
Start till you get here. It don't feel right unless you're near it. I wanna be where you are. So I guess you tell I'm a shooting star.
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're going to be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're going to be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get it right back? Now time to take a look at who all is celebrating this week. Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club list.
It can't rain on your parade because it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Peter Santos Mendiola. Wishing you a joyful birthday, Dad, Papa, and husband. We love you abundantly. And a very special happy birthday to Adele Cruz from your husband Robert, your son Nicholas, and the entire family. Here's wishing you many more happy and healthy years to come. We love you. And a happy 21st birthday to Logan Scott Mance. Love your family and friends. And a happy big 25th birthday to Raya Jurista from your family. Happy big 25. And happy 7th birthday to you, Mickey Cole Terlahi Ichihara. Happy birthday, Mickey Cole. We are blessed to be able to celebrate every second with our very caring, loving, beautiful island cutie pie. May the Lord continue to guide, protect, and bless you always. Love your mom, dad, Austin, and the entire family. Much love to you. And a very special happy birthday to Justin Ray Alcantara from your family and friends. Hang in there, Justin Ray. And to KUAM's very own and my good friend, happy birthday, Asha Robles. Have the best birthday ever. And also to KUAM's very own, happy birthday, Sean Titano. Have a very special happy birthday. We love you guys.
And if you want to be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club list, just register online, KUAM.com. Be sure to include your photo, name, and birthday. And it's that time to announce the winner of the yummy Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Cake. And this week's winner, Nikolai Blas, who celebrates on February 21st. Happy birthday and congratulations. A rep will be contacting you on how you can redeem your cake. And that's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Remember to keep up to date here with KUAM and all our social media platforms for the very latest